Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the D-Bar Scout Ranch Summer Camp 2022, not 2020, webinar this evening. My name is Joe Lewis. I am the camp director for D-Bar Scout Ranch. And coming up right now is a really cool video that you are all going to get to watch. Just kidding.
It's not a video, Joe.
It's not a video, Joe. You already saw the really cool video because you were on our Scouts VSA webinar that we did last month. And I'm sure that you all watch it on a daily basis like myself on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get to introductions. So on the call with me right now is Ryan Henderson, our assistant camp director for this season. Joining us, who having a little bit of technical difficulties, is Austin Reich, our program director. And Sean Henneman, our chief program officer, is also here in the background to keep all of you crazy cats in line. So with that, let's go ahead and talk about tonight's agenda. You get to be introduced to your camp leadership. As you see, all of us are returning faces on the call tonight, which is really awesome and exciting. We're going to learn about the payment schedule and how to make your first payment. We're going to learn about our parent portal, our camp's facilities, our camp program highlights, and we're going to ask and answer some questions. So, some housekeeping things to cover at the beginning. All attendees are currently in listen mode only. So that means you all get to listen to our beautiful voices and see our beautiful faces, but you yourself cannot talk. If you have any questions, please enter them into the chat feature. The later you wait to ask your questions, though, the better off we'll be, so we don't lose any of the questions as we go throughout the webinar. As our Q&A section is at the very end. So save your questions for the very end and we will answer them all. This webinar is being recorded and the recording and slide deck will be posted on our website as well as our YouTube. So, mission statement. You probably heard me talk about this a million times last year, and that is because it is extremely important. This is our promise to you, our customers. So, we, the camp staff, are dedicated to providing our customers and guests a legendary Scout camp experience while participating in our life-changing year-round camp programs. We are committed to providing facilities, programs, services, and camp leadership that will consistently exceed the expectations of our customers and guests. Our Michigan Scout camps will be safe havens for experiencing the best of the adventures and the values of the Boy Scouts of America. So what does that mean? Well, looking at last summer, we did really awesome. We have the best scores that we have had for our Scouts VSA summer camp in years. We had 81% in constant and clear communication. Dedicated and trained camp staff, we got an 87. Programs and activities, we got an 85. Quality and safe facilities, we got an 84. And something that I am extremely proud of, and Ryan, as our operations director last year, is extremely proud of, is we got one of the highest scores in Michigan for quality food service at a 91%. So what are we going to do with all this knowledge? You guys filled out all of those surveys. We read all of them. We compiled all of that data into creating our overall scores, and we read all of your comments. So going forward, what are we going to do for 2022 to make sure that we're better than we were in 2021? First off, it's a hidden bullet point that actually isn't on here. We're hoping to have a more enhanced, more COVID-free program is what we're going for. Fingers crossed, crossing our hearts, you know, all sorts of strange activities and magics happening to make that happen this summer. We're going to focus, though, in 2022 on continuing our quality food service. So we already scored one of the top scores in the entire state. We want to continue that streak and continue to provide it. We want to create meaningful pre-camp information, so increasing the information that we give during our webinars, making sure that the emails that we send out before camp are quality and informational, and making sure that those pre-camp calls happen on a more consistent basis. We're standardizing our check-in process. We're moving it to the Jack Lord subcamp. So last year, you all checked in at the Martin Building at the front of the camp. This year, we are going to check in. We're going to park our cars in the parking lot down in Jack Lord after we drop off all of our stuff, and we're going to start checking in right then and there, which is going to be awesome. We have already started to talk about how we're changing the check-in process to make it better for you guys, and we have a huge explanation of what's going on in our camp leaders guide. So if you haven't had a chance to see that, it is out. And the final key focus in 2022 is a continued offering of quality staff training. So we pride ourselves in our staff training, and National is actually in the process of releasing a new training guide that should be out for this season, which I'm really excited about because I think it's a quality document that helps to provide really awesome insights into the training of our staff. So just as a reminder, all those scores were from all of you. It's from all the surveys, all that you filled out, telling us how we did and how we can improve. And we took everything to heart that you said, and we came up with these focuses for 2022. So I'm going to hand things over to Ryan Henderson to talk about our payment schedule.
All right, so key dates that are important for our payment schedule here. First payment is due February 1st, coming up in a few short days here. Our second payment, March 1st. Third payment, April 1st. And then our final payment is due May 15th. So if anyone's having issues making those payments or not sure quite where to go, for your first payment, you're going to log in to the link here that we have in the webinar. You're going to click lookup/lookup registration and have your registration number ready. Due by February 1st as an e-check. You use a routing and account number, or use a credit card. There is a 2.75 convenience fee on every transaction, as that's not refundable. But this is how you're going to log that first payment in. Camp scholarships. So we've redesigned the process for 2022. We've made it easier for families to apply. Scholarships are awarded up to half of the 2022 camp fees. Open to all registered Scouts BSA youth members. And Scouts are encouraged to participate in unit and council fundraising opportunities to help pay their own way and get themselves to camp. There's nothing like having kind of that personal input into that experience and feeling like you earned it. The link at the bottom is going to give you the direction to those scholarships if your Scouts are looking at that.
All right, so let's start talking about our parent portal. So our parent portal allows you to provide the parents in your unit access to credentials so that they can make payments and complete data entry for their Scouts, including merit badge selection. So this is huge because it takes off a huge load on our Scoutmasters, or it could be a committee chair or a committee member that is typically in charge of doing this. If you give an access code, and we'll show you how to do that, to your parents, they can go in, they can enter the name, the email, the address, everything, all those informational boxes that I know take a long time when you fill them out yourself. Parents can go in and fill them out. So you, as the unit leader, can customize which items parents have access to, including data entry, the ability to pay, merit badge selection, and the system will generate reports that will email to you on your specified days. So let's go ahead and watch some videos.
Hello. The purpose of today's tutorial is to show you how to utilize the parent portal system so that parents can make payments or select merit badges for the Scouts in your unit. Parent Portal is not required to be used by any unit, but may ease in the summer camp registration process. To view information on the Parent Portal, once you have logged in to your summer camp registration, click on Additional Actions, and then click on Parent Portal. For your frequently asked Parent Portal questions, click on Parent Portal FAQ, and it will take you to a document that will explain the different things that Parent Portal can do for you and your unit. Once in the Parent Portal window, you will want to choose Use Parent Portal by clicking on the checkbox. Once you have clicked that checkbox, you, as the unit leader, can then decide what you would like to receive reports on and what you would like to allow parents to be able to do for their scout. If you simply use Parent Portal and leave everything else unchecked, parents will be able to enter in all of their child's information, and they will be able to make payments. If you do not wish parents to be able to make payments as part of Parent Portal, simply click the Prevent Parents from Making Payments or Seeing Event Fees checkbox. This is also where you will decide if parents will select classes for their scouts, or if you, as the unit leader, want to select those classes for your scouts. If you, as the unit leader, want to handle the class selection process, then please leave the Allow Parent Portal class selection box unchecked. However, if you would like parents to be able to select the classes for their scouts, then click Allow Parent Portal Class Selection. You, as the unit leader, can then decide if you would like to have an email sent to you anytime that classes are changed through the Parent Portal system. It is strongly recommended that during merit badge sign-up, you leave this box unchecked, and after the initial sign-up window has passed, you then come in, activate the box, so that you will receive any updates that may take place after the initial sign-up period. The final thing you have available to you is to choose when, if at all, you would like an update showing payment and data entry status. This can be done one or multiple days a week, simply by clicking on the checkboxes below. In order for parents to have access to the Parent Portal system, you will need to provide them with credentials. The first thing you will need to do is click on Parent Portal Credentials, and the system will generate a PDF document that you will be able to print off. Once the document loads, print and cut out each card. The attendee name should go to the parent. If a parent has more than one scout in the system, make sure that they receive a credential card for each of the scouts in their household. If at any time you have a scout that drops out from summer camp and they are replaced with another scout, you have the ability to go in and reset the attendee. So, in this case, if Josh Buckle is no longer coming to camp, you can click Reset Attendee. It will ask you if you want to reset the password only, or if you would like to clear all of their data and their password. If you are going to be replacing Josh, you will want to do the latter. As you can see, The youth name has changed to attendee, and the password has also changed. You can then go click on Parent Portal Credentials again, and it will give you a new username and password for the scout that has replaced him. If at any time you have questions regarding the Parent Portal system, please do not hesitate to contact the camp director at your respective camp. Hello. The purpose of today's tutorial is to assist parents with how to use the Parent Portal system in order to make payments, update information, and select merit badges for their youth. Please note that the use of the Parent Portal system is at the discretion of the unit leader, and parents may or may not have access to all of these features. If your unit is utilizing the Parent Portal system, then you, as a parent, will receive a slip similar to what you currently see on your screen. It will have an attendee ID number and a password. You should receive one slip for each scout in your household. Once you receive the slip, visit the link that is listed here, which will take you to this landing page. In the upper right-hand corner of the screen, click on Parent Portal and enter in the attendee ID and password, again provided on the slip of paper. If you have more than one scout in your household, simply enter the attendee ID and password for one scout, and you will be able to link all of the scouts together on a further step in this process. After entering the attendee ID and password, you will be taken to a screen that looks like this. On your screen will be the contact information for the unit leader and the payment schedule. If you have more than one scout in your household at this time, you would click on Link My Other Attendees. Use your next attendee ID and your next attendee password and click Add Attendee. You will now have the information for both of your scouts, or however many scouts you have in your household. From this point forward, you will only need to use one of the attendee ID and passwords to access your Parent Portal. To put in information for your scouts, click on Update Information. In the prompt that is given to you, type in their name, address, and any other information that may be required from them. The unit will already be selected. Please make sure to list any medical concerns or dietary restrictions. If there are none, type none. If your scout will be participating in the First Year Camper program known as PATH, select if they will be participating in the entire program or only part of the program. If you have more than one scout, they are eligible to receive a sibling discount. Click on Sibling Discount and enter in increments of 25 the number of discounts you are asking for. For example, if you have 2 scouts in your household, The first scout must pay the full camping price. However, your second scout is eligible for a $25 discount. If you have 3 scouts in your household, the first scout must pay full price, but then both of the additional scouts are both eligible for a $25 discount for a total of $50. If you will be applying for a camp scholarship, click on Are you applying for a campership? Type in the amount that you are asking for, which can be up to half of the camp fee, and then click on Application Required to download and fill out the campership application. Please note that families are not eligible to receive both the sibling discounts or the camp scholarships. Your family must choose one or the other. When you have completed entering the information that you know, click on Save, and you will see that your Scouts information has been updated. Do this for all of the Scouts that are on your Parent Portal registration page. When you are ready to make a payment, type in the amount that you would like to pay, and then click on Pay Now. If you missed any information, the system will not allow you to make a payment. Simply go back to the page and look for the Update Information button to be red. Enter in the information that you have. And then hit Save. If the button goes from red to white, then you have successfully updated the information for your Scouts. Again, confirm the amount that you are paying and click on Pay Now. The system will then take you through the payment prompts. If at any time you have any questions regarding the Parent Portal system, please contact your Scout Master or the camp director at your respective camp.
All right. So back to what we were discussing, which is DBAR Summer Camp 2022 for Scouts BSA. We have 3 sessions that we are offering this upcoming summer with a capacity of 200 Scouts per session. So our first session is July 10th through the 16th. Our second session is July 17th through the 23rd. And our third session is July 24th through the 30th. And if you have not yet registered, the registration link can be found on screen right now. So make sure that you follow it and get yourself registered to come to camp. So let's talk about some facilities. DBAR is extremely unique in the world of scouting in the fact that we actually have outdoor dining as an option at our Hay Pavilion, which is a large pavilion like the one that's shown on the screen right now. What that really means is that you get a nice breeze while you eat your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We still do serve all things cafeteria style. So you walk through the line, you grab your food, you sit down, you eat your food, and then you put your dishes away and you get to leave. The other extremely unique thing that we have at DBAR Scout Ranch is that cabins are available on almost every site for troops to use. So that means you can use the kitchen, you can sleep in the cabin, you can plug your electronics in and run an extension cord to your tent to, power a fan or charge your phone. There's a lot of different options that come with that. So it's pretty cool, pretty unique. Not many other camps have troops have the ability to have access to cabins while they're at summer camp. We also have an extremely large astronomy building. So we have a large observatory with a $20,000 telescope inside of it. We use that for a special evening activity where all of our scouts get to take a hayride out to the observatory and then look at the night sky and experience some really cool stuff. They have the ability to track astral bodies through the sky and all sorts of stuff, which is really cool. And this year, we are actually converting the Dan Beard cabin into a STEM center, which is completely new to camp this summer. We'll talk about what that means in a little bit. And we also have over 10 miles of hikeable trails, including a nature trail that is available to you all as well, with a lot of exhibits and different things along it. It is in a different subcamp, but it's not too far of a hike from where you guys are. And with our new program that we'll talk about pretty soon, you'll have plenty of time to take advantage of these opportunities. Next slide. Fantastic. So something else that's really cool is our trading post, that place where you get to buy all of your cool camp swag. You get to buy all of your candy, all of your snacks, your pop. We're going to have slushies this year, all sorts of sugary treats. Is centrally located smack dab in the middle of camp. You basically have to go buy it at some point during the week if you're going to truly get the most out of your experience at camp. With that being said, all of our campsites and program areas are close by. The furthest walk that a unit is going to have to participate in is at most walking at a pretty slow speed, about 15 minutes from our furthest point to our centrally located dining pavilion. And also, of course, we have a large fire bowl with sound that overlooks the beautiful Lockwood Lake. So it's a great opportunity for you guys to be able to see some beauty while you experience terrible puns and awesome fire bowl skits and songs. So I would like to throw things over to Austin Reich, who is able to join us tonight to talk about our program this year.
Sorry, it took me a minute to get in. So the first thing that I'd like to talk about is our cowboy action suit. If you've never been to the camp before, it is actually the only camp in the state of Michigan that actually puts on this super cool program. So our staff really get into the character of all of the different themes that go into the camp, especially this one. Every person that joins the event gets their own cool saloon name, and it's encouraged that everybody that comes to join in on the event also gets into character and puts on their cowboy outfits and really gets into the theme of the whole thing. So some really cool things about the particular guns that we use for the event. We will be using a lever action 22 rifle, Stagecoach side-by-side double barrel shotgun, and a double action 6-shot pistol. Onto the next event that's going on in our program are the super cool aquatics inflatables. Now, if you've been to the camp before, we have this huge thing called the blob that we've had every single year. It's this giant inflatable. It kind of made out of the same materials that you would use for like a bounce house or something like that. And it's huge, it's massive. And so one kid will be stationed on one side of it, sitting down on the blob device. And then another kid will be way up here, and they'll jump down onto the blob and launch the other kid up into the air. They'll go flying. It's super, super cool, super, super fun, super exciting. And the other device, which isn't new to camp, but it's going to be new to the Boy Scout side of camp, is something that's called the Rave, which is kind of like an aquatic island that will be placed off into the lake. It has 4 different platforms that are equipped to it. There is a trampoline, a somewhat of a rope swing, a another miniature blob, and a running log that are all attached to the device. And that will be available during our program time. We also have this super cool program called the Ranch Hand program. One thing about our camp is it is one of the largest horse camps that you can find. We have it is a once in a lifetime opportunity to see what it's like to actually get a life living experience of what it's like to actually work on a ranch. So they will get time actually working with the different herds of horses, the longhorn cattle, and the burros that we have here on camp. And then they will have the opportunity to bend and work with metal, work with farm machinery, horse care, help with repairs around the ranch, and not only rope and ride horses, but participate in an actual cattle drive during the camp as well. There will only be 10 slots available for each one of our sessions that we have this year. So it is very highly encouraged that you sign up for your session if you're going to have scouts participate as soon as possible. Now you can have scouts sign up individually, or you can have them sign up as a unit, but they must be for at least 14 years old, first class, and have some prior riding and camping experience. Okay, so that's it for the Ranch Hand program. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is our camp specific awards. So this is something that we started doing towards the middle / end of the year last year. Is we each and every single one of our areas are going to have like camp specific awards for each one of the areas. So what that's going to be determined for each of those areas is kind of determined by the different directors of each area, and there will be criteria that will be needed to be met that will be explained at a later date. Now for the first year camper experience, we've kind of expanded it from years past. A lot of the different activities that take place during it are going to be the same. Like we're still going to offer the first aid, the nature hike, the 5-mile hike, and the service projects, the knots and lashings, what was it? Sharps and fires, and the horse program are still all going to be available during the first year program. So what's actually going to be changing to the program is we're trying to make it more patrol based. So that way it's more like they're set up into groups of teams. And so those patrols are going to be divided up based on rank. So that way they have more of a group experience and they have the opportunity to build themselves together as a team. The next thing that we're going to talk about, so in case I missed anything, is the merit badge rotations for the year. So each year there are going to be new merit badges offered throughout the year. And this year is no exception to that. We're going to have a whole slew of different merit badges that were offered this year, as well as some of the merit badges that, oh goodness, that was weird. Some of the merit badges that you might have looked forward to or want the opportunity to do again from the years past. Joe, would you like to go into maybe some detail about what new merit badges we might be offering this year?
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess our biggest inclusion this upcoming summer is our STEM area. So as you can see on the screen, as we hinted to earlier in our webinar, we are adding a completely new STEM area this year, which means that there's a whole bunch of super exciting and awesome merit badges. And if you look in our program guide, you can actually see we have marked a red star next to everything new that we are doing this year at the ranch. So if you see a red star, that means it is new, exciting, and awesome. So some new opportunities in the STEM area this year include chemistry, game design, model design and building, and robotics. But beyond that, we're also doing new badges such as search and rescue, cooking, sculpture. We're also offering chess, space exploration. We're taking merit badges out of the program. We're putting merit badges in, and those merit badges that we took out will eventually be added back in as we continue our rotation as it goes throughout the year. The big thing about this rotation is that every single year that you come to D-Bar-A, you will have the opportunity to do something new. So you can come here for your entire scouting career from age 11 to 17, and every single year you'll be able to earn something new, do something new, and have really fun and awesome new experiences.
Okay, so taking another step forward from that, we have another new and exciting program that we're adding to the camp this year, and this is called the Eagle Quest program. So the Eagle Quest program, as you can maybe guess from the title, is designed specifically to help scouts along the way to the rank of Eagles. So the badges that are kind of offered along with that are citizenship to the nation and the world, emergency preparedness, and communication. And so they're on top of that. It's something that we've kind of like heard requests for throughout the season. There will be an Eagle recognition ceremony at the Fire Bowl this year. So that's something to really look forward to and really be excited about. Then the STEM program, oh, sorry, it's kind of weird working with my phone here. Did you kind of cover everything with that already, Joe?
You betcha.
Okay, so reflect back on what Joe had to say just a few moments ago. The only thing that I might add to that is there is a $50 charge to the one of the merit badges, as there is a robot to take home at the end of the merit badge. So it's kind of just covering the materials used to make that robot that you're going to be making. The next thing that I'm going to be talking about is the Sunday Midway. So this will be taking place on Sunday, the first day of camp. And this is going to be kind of a job fair-esque presentation that each one of the areas are going to be having for themselves, where kids will be able to walk around to each one of the program director areas and kind of get an idea of what each of those areas are going to offer for the scouts. Now, during this time period, the scouts will have the opportunity to have a schedule sheet. There's a schedule sheet that you will hopefully have printed out before you come to camp. And our staff will help the kids put together a schedule for our open program that we're going to be having this year. So which I will be talking about here in a couple more minutes. I think that's everything for the Sunday Midway, right, Joe?
Yep.
Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is our absolutely large, splendiferous family night that we are so happy to finally bring back to camp. Oh, how I missed it so much last year. So the families can join anytime after 2 p.m. on Friday. This will be the big event that will be taking place will be after the Western Cup, which will be from 5 to 7:30 p.m. There will be a walk-up barbecue at the Hay Pavilion, music, dancing, and many, 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 many games and activities for everyone to participate in. These include, but are not limited to, tie-dye, cornhole, and a root beer saloon that will be available, as well as other activities that are going to be planned in the future and will be available in future webinars that we'll be hosting. Evening program, which is the next step into our slideshow, is something that we have every single year, in case you didn't know about it already. or are new to our camp, super excited to have you here this year, are super, super cool activities for kids to do and parents to participate in towards the end of the day after dinner. So it's a chance for everyone to either relax or participate in different activities around camp that will be available uh, for kids to kind of like take a step back and kind of, instead of focusing on learning and really getting into learning the different merit badges that they're going to be doing, just having fun with the different activities that they're going to be doing around camp. So these are like tomahawk throwing, uh, We had some metalwork and branding activities going on last year, and learning not only that, but learning how to do whips as well. So there are different activities that will be held throughout the year or during the camp. And those are still a work in progress, and we will have a complete list of evening programs available to everyone during our webinar series that we will be hosting in the future. Now, what everyone is excited for and very curious about is our new open and closed program hybrid that we're going to be having this year. So our closed programs that we have are going to be very, very similar to the ones that we had in years past. So you will be scheduling for those before you get to camp, just as we did last year. And there hasn't been very much of a change for that. The same thing goes for the afternoon program. There will be some closed program blocks available to you all, so that way you can sign up for your kids for those blocks, or your kids can sign up for those blocks before they come to camp. But there will also be open program blocks available to your kids in the afternoon. So what this means, kind of as I said before, is they don't have to sign up for this before they come to camp. Our goal for this is for them, if they decide that they didn't particularly like a merit badge, or they suddenly decided to switch a merit badge, that they would be able to walk into the area and immediately start picking up where everyone else has started leaving off. Let's say they came to camp and they went to the kind of job fair thing, the Sunday midway that we're going to be doing, and they saw something else that they really, really wanted to do. This kind of gives them the opportunity to go ahead and sign up for that, even though they hadn't signed up for it prior to camp. Scouts should come prepared for the closed program blocks. If there are any prerequisites for them, make sure that you print out the prerequisite sheet and bring it to camp. Otherwise, and get those prerequisites done. Otherwise, they will not be able to earn their merit badge by the end of camp. Another thing, you and your kids should kind of come to camp with an idea of what exactly it is that you want to get done. Like if they want to really focus on the aquatics area this year, or they really want to make sure that they take a step up in their rank, or if the outdoor skills area is something that they really want to focus on. Just an idea of points that they kind of want to hit. This year they should be electronic, right, Joe? We're using Blackpug again?
We are using Blackpug again.
Okay. Are there any points in that I kind of missed, Joe?
Yeah, so I just to reiterate what has been said, because I know that open program is kind of, or as we like to lovingly call it, independent study time, is something that is new to camp this upcoming summer and is different than any other camp does in Michigan. The reason why we do it is because it is an extremely effective way to deliver the mission and promise of scouting. So not only can you walk away with upwards of 10 merit badges if you come to camp truly prepared, but it allows you to mold your week to what you want it to be. And the most important part of that is that we put that power into our scouts' hands. So we teach them responsibility. We teach them the ability to come up with and maintain a schedule that they build themselves. And it gives them lifelong skills that they're going to be able to build upon for the rest of their lives. Like Austin said, we also have integrated in this Sunday Midway program, which is a tool designed to help you. So we are going to have scheduling cards available for you all to print out to bring to camp, so that during the Sunday Midway, you can write down during the Sunday Midway, you can say, from 1:30 to 3, I really want to go swimming. Let me go talk to the swimming folks and ask if I can. Oh, I can? This is awesome. I'm going to write down swimming on Monday from 1:30 to 3. And from 3 to 5, I'm going to write down open shoot at the rifle range because I really want to shoot a 22. It gives scouts the ability to do what they want. And that's really important for our young scouts to learn those skills of scheduling and responsibility. But it's also extremely important for our older scouts who oftentimes come to camp already knowing that they have done the things that they want to do advancement-wise, and gives them the opportunity to do something really fun, life-changing, and memorable at camp, which is just really, really awesome. So Austin, great job covering everything. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, like I said, Q&A is coming up in just a little bit. So ask your questions and we will make sure to answer them. All right, so planning for camp. Let's give you an ideal timeline going forward on what you should be prepared to do and when you should do it. So between January 1 and February 1, and February 1 is coming up extremely, extremely soon. I know it seems like the year is just scorching by. We want to get a commitment from the scouts in your units that they're coming to camp. We want to reach out to potential Arrow of Light crossovers and try to get a commitment to camp early from them. And we want to make sure that we get in our first payment, which is that $50 per camper, both youth and adult, and make your payment on time, which means February 1st. I know, it's crazy. Things are coming up. And finally, we want to plan your unit springtime fundraiser. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. You can continue to sell popcorn via the mobile app. You can I know some units have done like jerky sales. Some units do like can drives. There's all sorts of things that you can do. So continuing to plan for camp. Actually, I'm going to hand things over to Ryan Henderson, who's going to take over, so you don't have to hear me talk continually.
All right, so continuing our ideal timeline here, February 1st through March 1st, you're going to distribute the leader guide to the appropriate persons. So summer camp adult leadership, all the adult leaders are going to be going to camp. They're going to find useful information in the administration section, as well as the facilities and service sections. For your senior patrol leader, the camp program section is going to be really important for them to get a hold of early, take a look through and see what's going on at camp. Your adult leaders probably want to take a flip through that one as well. You're going to distribute merit badge offerings and prerequisites to all the scouts, making sure they know what's going on this year and what they can potentially do at camp. And then you're going to collect $50 per youth camper, making the total fund for $100 so far. You're going to make your second payment on time by March 1st. We're also going to distribute health forms, camper release forms, and DHS clearance forms to the youths and their parents, and ask them to please get those things filled out because they are all very important to come to camp. Can't come to camp without that stuff. Moving on, our timeline March 1st to April 1st. You're going to collect the merit badge selections from all your youth scouts, and then merit badge registration is open on Monday, March 21st at 8 a.m. As mentioned in the Parent Portal video, the initial kind of big batch of those registrations are best done by Scoutmaster, but then after that point, opening it up to the parents to put in those merit badge offerings is a possibility through your Scoutmaster's controls. You can collect $125 per youth camper, making our total up to $225. We're going to submit all of our camp scholarship or campership applications by April 1st if your troop's taking advantage of those. And then you're going to hold the final parents meeting to go over summer camp plans and answer any questions, distributing a packing list, a gear list to all the scouts as well as their parents, making sure they know some good ideas of what they should bring to camp. Moving on with our timeline, April 1st through May 1st, you're going to want to make sure that you collect a copy of each participant's health form and release a camper form. The originals will not be returned, so we will need at camp for you to leave the originals behind, and we do not have the ability to make mass copies. So make sure that your unit has their own copy of the health form, and then we have one completed to give to us at camp. Collect 125 per youth camper, bringing their total up to 350. We're going to collect 110 from each of our adult campers, making their total 160. If we have any part-time adult leaders, we're going to make sure to collect those fees. Those are $33 a day for each part-time parent. And then you're going to make your final payment on May 1st. Our timeline continued 2 weeks prior to camp. You're going to want to make sure that your SBL and Scribe complete a camp roster sheet, making sure that we got everyone on it that's supposed to be at camp. Confirm final transportation arrangements, inventory all your unit equipment, inspect your tents, make sure that you got all the parts, that no one's going to have a leaky bad time throughout the week. All required paperwork is organized and ready for transport. And you contact camp to confirm any special dietary needs. These are listed on your unit registration as well. And prerequisites all filled out, completed, signed by leadership or a merit badge counselor. 1 week prior to camp, we're going to confirm that all paperwork is in your possession. For youth, you need health forms and release of campers. Adult leaders, you need DHS clearance letters for campers as well as your visitors coming to camp. An adult, you need proof of BSA membership and youth protection certificates. I know a lot of those things are available online, but turns out Sunday in the middle of the summer, everyone in the world of scouting is trying to log on online to try to upload those electronic documents. We have a real hard time getting a hold of them. So physical documents just work way better and don't bog down the My Scouting page quite as much. Your unit trailer is packed with all unit equipment. Your camp roster is reviewed and updated as a final. Unit/camper reports are printed from your registration in Blackpug. That includes the Scouts class schedule, as well as your leadership summary and your period summary. A question about DHS clearance real quick. Department of, I believe it's Human Services here in Michigan, requires clearance for all adults that are on camp and working with Scouts. The form needs to be completed. It can be submitted online, and then they email you back your clearance, which you then need to bring to camp as a physical hard copy. Our upcoming webinars. So we just have sat through a lot of our first webinar here. We have more to come, and they're going to have more information, more stuff coming up. Our upcoming webinars that you can put on your calendar are February 23rd, March 23rd, April 23rd, April 27th, May 25th, all of which take place at 7 p.m. You can register at that link at the bottom and make sure that you don't miss out on any important information or any cool stuff that's going to be happening at camp and get that stuff communicated with you folks. Pass it back over to Joe here.
Thank you so much, Ryan. So staffing needs. We have plenty of needs, especially for our adult staff that are age 18 years and over. If you have anybody in your unit who is interested in staffing, whether that be for a counselor in training position, which means they come to camp for 2 weeks, and it can be that they come to camp for some of our Cub Scout sessions as well. They can apply today at www.michiganscouting.org/campstaff-app. I highly suggest that every single person ever that is in Scouts try to become a staff member. Our staff members are truly what the epitome of scouting is, in my opinion. They are oftentimes all, and by oftentimes I mean all the time, all 12 points of the Scout law. They follow the Scout oath. They offer amazing customer service, and you learn lifelong skills that you can take with you to any position that you could ever think about, whether that be being a camp director at one of our lovely camps, or taking it into the professional world with a business degree or any other sort of degree. The lessons you learn on camp staff follow you for life, as well as the friends that you make. All right. Questions and answers. Everybody place your questions in the chat. Ryan will be reading them off, and I will be answering.
All right. So one question that did come up was that I want to make sure that everyone just sees is that do we need a new DHS clearance form for this year, or are they still good from last year?
We are going to, and by we, I mean the state of Michigan is going to a annual re-upping of DHS clearance forms. So every year that you come to a Michigan summer camp, you will need to get a DHS clearance form. I linked where you can find that clearance form. It sends you directly to the form if you click the link, and it's super, super convenient and easy now. It gives you a email address that you can email your form to, and they send back the response typically within 3 to 5 days saying that you are cleared.
Is the Black Pug data only for merit badge and merit badge requirements, or will there be any kind of interface with the first year camper program?
We are currently working with Black Pug to make sure that we can get our first year camper requirements onto the system so that everything can be in one place. Typically, all of our camps and all camps across the nation have either given like a report card that they print out and send home with the Scouts, or they email something after camp is done. We want to streamline the process as much as possible and offer all of the information in one place. So we are working diligently to make that happen.
As part of our ranch hand program, do Scouts get the opportunity to earn merit badges?
Scouts do have the opportunity to earn merit badges during the ranch hand program, which is really awesome and exciting. And they have exclusive merit badges that only they get to earn because it is a specialty program. So you get to earn things like automotive maintenance. You get to do painting, metalworking, horsemanship merit badge, as well as veterinary medicine and farm mechanics and welding.
All right. Any other questions that we have so far? Merit badges. Let's see. I think this question is, will an adult leader in the troop have to sign up for all the merit badges for the Scouts, or will they be able to sign up for merit badges individually?
So an adult technically is the one that is supposed to be signing up their youth for merit badges. Now, with that parent portal link, that parent portal that you can set up, which was shown earlier in this webinar, and you can view later on after we post this webinar to the internet, shows you exactly how to set up a parent portal and how to access the parent portal. You can send that out to the parents and have the parents sign up for the merit badges. Technically, you could also send that out to the youth and only give them permission to sign up for merit badges, and the youth can sign up for the merit badges themselves. So right now, every registration is set up that the registration contact, the person that made the registration, is the one that signs everybody up for merit badges, but you can change that via the parent portal.
For For units that have the ability to do a pre-camp swim check, can they do them, and how should they be submitted if they're being done outside of the DBRA and Michigan Crossroad Council?
Absolutely. So if you look online at michiganscouting.org under our forms and resources section of the Outdoor Adventures tab, there is a swim check form in that section. You basically print that form out, you take it to your swim check, you have the lifeguard sign off that they are the qualified individual, you attach a copy of their certification so that we know that they're an actual lifeguard. And then the lifeguard themselves fills out that form and you bring it to camp to submit it. So that's something that you'll bring directly to our waterfront director, hand to them, and they're able to get all of your tags filled out. You can also hand it to your site commissioner upon arrival.
Is there an extra fee for horsemanship merit badge?
There is no extra fee for the horsemanship merit badge. The only merit badge with an extra fee at camp is the robotics merit badge. And that is because we get to provide you with a super cool robot that you actually get to take home.
Merit badges will be signed up individually for scouts this year, correct?
That is correct. So unlike last year, so last year was very strange, very awkward, very weird. We had those pods that we had to follow due to COVID restrictions. As of right now, we are planning for a normal summer. We, to my understanding, and Sean, feel free to chime in, we have gotten pretty much a green light from to say we're doing a normal summer camp and to plan for normalcy, and things may change depending on vaccination status or so on and so forth. Sean, I'll let you answer that.
Sure, great. Yes, we had a good evening, everybody. I'm Sean Henneman, Deputy Scout Executive Chief Program Officer. You can just call me Sean. But any event, we had a great meeting with the state of Michigan. We do not anticipate pods. It's tough to tell at this point in time what the COVID situation will be. But I will tell you, just based on all the information we have, and as you can see in the normal community, those restrictions aren't in place now. So we do not anticipate them to get any stricter than they are. So we won't register in pods unless something drastically went down in the community that we cannot perceive. Right now our policies are to wear masks indoors at camp. We don't know what that will be once we get to summer camp. I can tell you though, we've learned a lot of best practices at our camps from last summer. There's things that we did that we didn't do before. Obviously we cleaned our camps, but we didn't sanitize as much as we did. And we're going to continue those practices. Some of our camps did dining outdoors and it worked better. So there's some registration worked smoother in some areas. So there are quite a few practices and that we will continue to implement, but we definitely do not anticipate the restrictions that we had, especially Yahoo, Joe and team, as it relates to pods. So that's the long and short of it. And Joe, I stole your agenda for 1 minute. Also, I wanted to highlight camperships. We definitely streamlined the process. I believe Ryan discussed that. One of the key things that we're doing in the past, we've always asked the Scoutmaster to sign off. We are always real, we want to make sure that the process is smooth for everybody, where a family who might not feel comfortable going to another leader who may be your neighbor or what have you to sign off on a scholarship. So yes, leaders can help with that process and get those submitted for families in need. But the family can also do that in a confidential way as well. So, Joe, I know I answered more than you wanted me to, but back to you. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Sean.
Can a troop come to camp the day before the session starts?
Yes. So something that is very new and something very unique to DBRA is that we are allowing our units to come in on Saturday, but we are also allowing our units to come in early on Sunday. We want to make things as easy as possible for you guys. So that means if it's easier for you to come up with your 40, 50 kids or 10 kids or 5 kids the day before, get everything set up and be able to relax, you can do that. some important notes about that, though, is that we have some expectations for you if you decide to take advantage of this offer. Expectation number one is that you are responsible for feeding yourself for the duration that you're at camp before your session actually starts. So the first meal that you will receive from us is Sunday at dinner time. The other expectation is we would like you to stay in your campsite as much as possible and not wander outside of it. And the reason for that is because our staff get 24 hours off consecutively for their each week or after each week of summer camp. And so we want to make sure that they have a relaxing experience, that they're able to express themselves in the way that they wish, and they're able to just relax without feeling like the eyes are always on them, as they constantly are, as we know, at summer camp. So you can come in early on Saturday. You need to let us know so that we can plan for it. You can also come in as early as 8 a.m. on Sunday. You just need to let us know so that we can plan for it.
I think that I got all the questions in the chat. If I missed anything, feel free to retype here and we can hopefully answer it. We'll hang out for another couple seconds or until the question's in. Is the merit badge schedule that is in the leader guide the official schedule, or is it subject to change?
So the merit badge schedule that is in the leader's guide is the official 100% official schedule. So that means that's the one we're running with. It will not change. The reason why it changed so often last year is because of how often we had to adapt to our COVID policies from the state. But especially with our anticipation that we do not have to change our policies for COVID, that merit badge schedule is good to go.
Do we have any changes to our refund policy for this summer?
There are no changes to the refund policy for the summer. Basically, you can request a refund up to 30 days out from your reservation, but we will collect a 15% fee when you make a refund request. And the reason for that is because typically when I have already budgeted for X amount of people and people have already started to sign up, so I am maintaining that budget. So I will buy program supplies starting soon and ending very soon to summer camp. So we already have a bunch of resources spent into making sure that you can come to camp and have an enjoyable experience. When you back out of it, we've already spent that money to provide those resources. So it's to help us recuperate our losses.
All right.
Looks like we have a question on health forms. We'll swap roles. Do adults need to have health forms?
Yes, adult leaders do need to have health forms as well as the youth. So also signed by some kind of physician. Make sure that all parts are filled out and ready to come to camp. Anyone else for questions? I think we're about to wrap up here. Is there a supplemental form? The help form is available on the Michigan Crossroad Council site, and you can download it to fill out. Back over to Joe to close up here.
Fantastic. So last clarification on health forms is you do need parts A, part B, and part C. And requirements for an adult that will spend one night is that they need to have DHS clearance, they need to have youth protection, but they do not necessarily have to be registered. So you do need youth protection, you do need DHS. in order to spend a night at camp during the summer. So yeah, with that, I would like to, Austin, go ahead.
I don't know if you already answered the question, but it was asked in the chat. When does scheduling open?
Gotcha. So scheduling for Merit Badge opens in March. It is in our Leaders Guide, which I do not have in front of me right now, but if you go on michiganscouting.org, right in the beginning of the section, or of the Leaders Guide in the administration section, it talks about Merit Badge enrollment. It's somewhere between March 21st and 24th, but our exact date is in the Leaders Guide. Sorry, I do not have that answer off the cuff. But with that being said, I would like to thank all of you for coming today. If we could go to the next slide to put my contact information on the screen so everybody can have it, that would be perfect. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to get a hold of me. I forgot to put my contact information on the slide. My apologies. So I will type it into chat. My email is joseph.lewis2@scouting.org. When you email me, I will get back to you within a business day upon arrival. I do take Mondays off, so that schedule does fluctuate if you email me on a Monday. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. Thank you so much to our presenters who helped me out tonight and helped me craft this amazing program that we get to bring to all of you. I am extremely excited, as it is extremely unique to Michigan Scouting World, and it is going to be an awesome addition that's going to offer amazing opportunities to all of you. So go and tell your friends about us, get everybody excited. It's going to be a great summer, and I look forward to seeing you all there. Thanks so much. Have a great night.